What the heck? You guys, what happened with my last upload? What? Remember on Twitter when I said,
I'm so proud of this video. I put so much time into this one. This is the best video I ever made.
I was proud of that one. So why in the Kentucky Fried heck are all the comments about my hair? You have all lost your hair privileges. I'm never taking this hat off again. You did this. And yes, I am also wearing jewelry in my ears again. Thank you for noticing. Let's not make it weird though, okay? Try to actually pay attention to the video this time. You think you can do that? But first, we've got a sponsor on today's video. And don't even think about skipping ahead, you owe me. Do you have tattoos like me? And do you want your tattoos to look good? Wrong answer! Of course you do! Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mad Rabbit Tattoo Balm. Check this out. Are you following me, camera guy? Wait a minute, I'm the camera guy. Mad Rabbit Tattoo Balm will keep your freshly healed tattoos looking crispy and nice for years to come. But what if you're like me and all your tattoos are tired and old because you got them 15 years ago? Don't sweat it, it can help you out too. Look at this before and after. Look at it. Seriously, look at it. Wow, that looks really good. All you do is you just take a little bit and you rub it into your skin and you're good to go. That's it. I'm sure you're getting lots of practice rubbing yourself during this quarantine, so I mean, you might as well put it to good use and freshen those tattoos up. Hit the link in the description, use code Vilonious, you get 30% off at madrabbittattoo.com. And just know that by supporting my sponsors, you're supporting me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it so much. Thank you again to Mad Rabbit for sponsoring this video. You can find all their links down in the description, and let's get back to the video. I've got a question for you. What do the church and Twitch have in common? Time's up! The answer is begging for money.
And it doesn't matter how broke you are, if you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly.
You get that tithe in that church, you get that offering in that church, and then you go home and you do what we're supposed to do.
The difference is, on Twitch, no one's getting scammed. When you simp for an e-girl and you give her all your money, you know you're not getting anything in return, and that's fine. But when you simp for the church because they say, God told me to tell you to give me money so you can go to heaven, and I can have a Rolls Royce, then you might be getting scammed. And disclaimer time, I'm not saying that all religions and all churches are a scam. I'm just saying the unfortunate reality is that some of them are, and you gotta be careful out there. So I did some detective work. I found this instructional video that teaches you how to invite your friends over for dinner and then ambush them and force them to donate money to the church. And it's just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen for multiple reasons. For example, the fact that they felt the need to even make an instructional video on how to do this, and also people actually doing it.
Most people involved in full-time Christian service report that one of the most challenging aspects of their work is raising support for their living expenses.
I like how they call it raising support for your living expenses, because they know if they said begging for money, it would just sound dirty. I mean, they're doing missionary work, which is great. I mean, sometimes. Other times they try and convert native people and get shot full of arrows, but I'm gonna assume that's not what we're talking about here. This is just run-of-the-mill, door-to-door missionary work. Either way, I promise I'm not gonna pick on them for doing missionary work, but this gets a little questionable.
Support raising is not my favorite thing to do. At times it's hard for me to even get motivated to do it.
Bob really does just like raising support.
Oh no, look at Bob's poor wife. Bob, what are you doing, man? Come on. Bob. No. Bob. Bob, I can see you. No, you can't. Bob. God damn it, Bob. You get out there and you raise that support. Fine, but I'm gonna complain about it the whole time.
In the next few minutes, you'll see how you can host a small dinner and invite your friends, knowing they will not be pressured in any way to contribute. No hands raised, no pledge cards handed out. Rather, the ministry staff would just like the liberty to phone your friends several days after the dinner to see if God lays it on their hearts.
There it is. There it is. That's what I was talking about. We won't beg you for money during the dinner, but I will steal your phone number and I will harass you until God tells you to give me money.
God works for me.
I cannot think of anything.
Toupee. That's God did not bless you with good hair. I'm sorry, Bill. I didn't listen to a single word you said, man. That thing is distracting.
Our oldest one just graduated from college.
To put you at ease, let's cover some of the things the small dinner is not. Your dinner is not a setup for a heavy-handed sales pitch.
One of the things I was concerned about is that it was going to be this high-pressured sales tactic. You sort of get that feeling when like a salesman comes to your door or they're in your house, and it wasn't that way at all. It was a very low-risk, non-threatening.
If you have to try and convince me that your dinner is non-threatening, I think it might be kind of threatening.
As you consider who to invite, please don't make a decision on behalf of your friends that they are unable to give to an additional ministry at this time.
You think your friends are broke? Don't make that decision for them. Everybody's got spare cash, okay? Everybody. And if they've got money laying around, you take it. Dude, it's street rules out here, man. This is it. You take the money and then you just break me off a little piece. Remember, I was the one who I put you on.
Everybody seems tapped out, that there's nobody with a lot of excess cash sitting around wanting to give. And as a host, you might feel a little uncomfortable asking somebody else to give, especially when there are so many other needs and all those things. Well, go ahead and invite them. Let them in on the opportunity and the privilege of hearing about this ministry.
Let them in on the opportunity and the privilege.
That is so manipulative. Holy shit. Also, why did they film this lady walking down the street like that? But, oh my God, could you imagine saying that to someone in literally any other situation? Damn, girl. I just wanted to give you the opportunity and the privilege. Wait, where are you going?
At your dinner, we ask you to do a couple of things. First, as your friends arrive, please introduce them to the staff couple, giving a little of your friend's background, such as their children's ages, their type of work, or their special interests. Following dinner, you can invite everyone into the living room or den where we ask you to make another introduction of the staff.
Another one?
As you know, we invited you to hear about the work Paul and Leah are doing together. We've been supporting them now for about 4 years and are
The staff member will then give a 20 to 30 minute overview of their ministry.
Everywhere I look, I see people who are
30 minutes? A 30-minute presentation? Oh my God. This has got to be the worst dinner party ever. Ever. 30-minute presentation. I would legitimately give them money to let me leave early. That would have been a better strategy than a 30-minute presentation.
And that's just another example of how God is using this ministry to bring people to himself. And Leah and I are just thrilled to be a part of it.
As you can imagine, a lot of my time is spent managing our home and our children.
Let me get this straight. You guys had to organize this whole dinner scheme and set up a 30-minute presentation with the fucking video to try and convince people to pay for your living expenses while your husband goes door to door telling people about Jesus, and you just sit at home all day with the fucking kids. Get a job! Get a fucking job! You know who had a job? Jesus! Jesus said he was a stonemason, and I'm pretty sure if Jesus can handle being a construction worker, and also on the side being the Messiah, you can get a part-time job at the grocery store, so you don't have to scam your friends out of their money. I'm sorry, I got a little worked up about that. I didn't mean to do that.
We'd like to ask you to consider joining us as a partner in ministry. I want to make it clear that we're not going to ask anybody to make a decision tonight, but I would like the opportunity to call you in a couple of days and see if the Lord has led you to be a part of our financial team.
Financial team, I like that. I like that. It's funny because like throughout this whole video, It's so painfully obvious what they're doing. Like, they're teaching you how to beg for money, but they're refusing to say that. They have found so many other ways of wording it just to try and make themselves feel just a tiny little bit better about it. No, we're not begging for money. See, we're just doing what the Lord says. If the Lord says for me to ask you for money, I don't know. It's like you can get away with anything if you just say, the Lord told me to do it. The Lord told me. Okay, Aaron, maybe that one's a little too far.
We really enjoyed getting to know you and Margie the other night. How'd your trial
The staff member will be...
Did he say what I think he said?
How'd your trial...
Oh, hold on, wait a second. How did your trial go? What's he on trial for?
The staff member will be calling your friends several days later to learn if they may be led to support their work.
The judge ruled in our favor.
The judge ruled in our favor? Let me remind you, this is scripted. These are actors. Whoever wrote this thought that the least threatening conversation for these fictional characters to have was about a trial? What? That sounds pretty threatening to me. Look, man, I have no problem with religion. You know, if that's something that makes you feel better, if it helps you sleep at night, then I'm all for it. But this kind of thing is just, it's icky. I don't like it. I don't, maybe it's just me, you know, like I don't even have a Patreon because I feel weird about it. But at least like YouTubers with a Patreon, you know what the exchange is. But with this, the whole like, well, God told me to ask you, so I'm pretty sure if you dig the wax out of your ears and listen, you'll hear God tell you to give me the money. Like I couldn't live with myself if I was this guy right here playing his video and begging all these people for money. I couldn't do that. I could not do that. Like, imagine it. Imagine just sitting in a room and playing a video that you made talking about how great you are and then telling everyone in the room, so can I call you in a couple of days and see if God told you to pay up? And then to still think in your head that you're like a righteous person for doing that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with donating money and spending money on the things that you're passionate about. But I mean, just call it what it is. It's a hobby. You have a hobby, dude. Your hobby is going door to door and telling people about Jesus. I mean, other people's hobby is model trains or roller skating, and that's fine. It's cool to have hobbies. But when you start expecting other people to just like pay for you to have those hobbies so you don't have to get a real job, I mean, I don't know. I guess I can't. I'm a YouTuber. I can't talk. I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world. Oh no. Yeah, these are the same people that would get mad at girls on the internet showing a little bit of cleavage and asking for money. And I mean, you're doing the same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. So I might be a hypocrite, but so are you. Anyways, again, I'm not trying to dunk on religion here. Please don't be offended by this. It's just I'm making an observation, and this is kind of funny to me. All right, just let me live. Let me enjoy this. Anyways, thank you again to Mad Rabbit for sponsoring this. There's a link down in the description. Go check it out. Support the sponsor. Also, my G Fuel code is still 30% off. We extended that. So if you want to pick up some G Fuel, use code Vilonious. That's cool. I got merch down there too. You know, if God tells you to cop some, go ahead. And I'll see you in the next video. All right. Love you.